How about this? The Yankee group chats were flowing this weekend, which is exciting.
Were they all flowing for the right reasons?
Joe's McFly, he's got a way with words, and if you follow Joe's, he's been saying, be brave like the Braves and play your young players. Because Jason Dominguez homered again. Volpe looks incredible. The Yankees roster, they have too many infielders before you get to Volpe.
Before you start getting into, this is something they could do and won't.
Like Volpe, who, when he gets called up, is supposed to be the future, play him every day. We got bodies. And IKF is a big wrinkle in the conversation, and he gets paid $6 million to play baseball for the Yankees, which we were doing some deep diving. I mean, DJ got brought in to be a utility guy that plays every day. That was $12 million a year originally, and then he played well, so he got $15 million a year.
Yeah, 15 over 6.
Like that. Neil Walker was brought in to be a veteran bench piece. They paid him $4 million.
Yeah, but inflation.
He moved around, so yeah, I mean that.
That's the best comp I saw when we put out the question.
Similar, he played 100-something games. It's going to be weird. IKF was their starting shortstop for the whole season last year. He's still on the roster. I mean, who he is, work ethic-wise and team-wise, I think he'd be open to that role. It's just not going to believe the Yankees are going to super utility him until they do. And by the way, who are we taking playing time away from? It feels like him and Peraza are going to share shortstop. This is before Volpe gets in the mix, which we'll see.
We haven't been able to actually dream on that because it's not happening before.
Glaber is supposed to be one of the best players on the team, and he plays one position. He plays second base. DJ LeMahieu is supposed to be one of the best players on the team. He plays second base and third base, a little first base too. DH
options.
Rizzo's at first. Donaldson is getting paid a lot of money.
And the Yankees seem to, at least outwardly, they very much believe in him.
They are quite literally invested in him, I think is the way to put it. And this is all before we get to Volpe, man. That, I don't know, he looks incredible. When we initially got into the offseason, we were pretty gung-ho that Glaber was going to get traded. Glaber,
or at least we'd get a ton of rumors.
Glaber Torres, he was pretty much traded at the trade deadline. We've heard all the rumors and stories around that, and it's basically Glaber was pretty close to getting traded. Very close to getting traded.
We've had full packages reported.
Might have been told he was getting traded. If not, he saw it on social media. That we came into this offseason, it was kind of like Glaber Torres probably getting traded. 2 years left, valuable.
Yeah. It's hard to see his value getting any better than this, even with good years, it'd be less time left. So 2 years left is when a guy has his most value.
So I guess the part of the equation that we had taken out of our heads was Anthony Volpe being really good. Because in theory, he should be on this team third week of April or whenever that cutoff date is. But again,
he should be a real conversation.
He should be a real conversation to start the year because I think if this dude plays, you're looking at a potential, top 2 rookie of the year, which means the service time stuff doesn't matter. But even if he's on the roster, right now he doesn't have a spot to play. So I don't know, man. You can really talk yourself in circles.
We also thought for sure, one of Donaldson, IKF was going to just be gone one way or another.
I had the 3 of them in a bucket. That one of them kind of had to go because we're still,
I didn't know which one it would be. I figured at least one had to be.
Haven't mentioned Oswaldo Cabrera yet, who has had a nice couple back-to-back homers, I think, in spring training, and he looks really good. And Aaron Hicks is still on the roster. So the Yankees roster doesn't fully make sense yet. and you wonder, is it going to be an injury on another team? Yankee fans started doing the IKF to the Dodgers. They have Miggy Rojas, who, wherever you stand with IKF, him and Miggy Rowe can be compared.
It'd be a bit redundant.
They can play defense by different metrics, how I'll phrase that.
They both can play shortstop and could play some other positions if
Miggy
you wanted
Rowe's
them to.
best year has been better than what IKF has done. Miggy Rojas is a couple years older.
What you can bank on.
And I think at its core, the Yankees like IKF. And part of that's okay, but it's supposed to be versatility and base running. When we're talking about Volpe, a guy who looks like a game changer, like what were his stolen base homer numbers in the minors? Like it's crazy.
He
it's
stole
like 20 and 50.
I think he stole 50 bases.
And I've barely mentioned Peraza's name. Who that guy? I don't know. I don't know.
The IKF part of it, like the Yankees spent all last year calling him a stopgap. Like the Yankees put that label on him. So,
and it's even if
Volpe
gets called up tomorrow, do the Yankees think he's a shortstop? We've heard mixed things on that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. They got extra bodies. It could be an injury within the team. Maybe it's an injury external. Maybe there's a trade that's lining up, but I don't see it. There's not a clear path. So, yeah, the Yankees roster is a little funky right now. Again, roster resource, Fangraphs. Right now, the second half of the Yankees lineup is Donaldson, Bader, Hicks, Trevino, Peraza. So that's a bench of IKF, DJ, and Oswaldo Cabrera. I don't know, man. I really spin my head in circles because, like, how much better has Oswald Peraza gotten in the last 6 months? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Did his experience get him? Did he have a good offseason? Do the Yankees now view him as a lot better than IKF? I don't know. It's a scary, weird convo. So thanks, Tom Ace. Thanks for talking about this. Feo, I know you're in a weird place with basketball. Are the Knicks at least somewhat stirring your loins? Yes. Yes, they are. 9 in a row. Watched the game last night with my friend Tim, who I mentioned I met for a beer. They've got the sauce, man. Julius Randle, when he's doing his thing and it's good, is really good. And I think the part, he takes some ugly shots. He takes some ugly contested shots, but he makes a lot of them drop.
He's among the best difficult shot makers in the league right now.
So when it's working, it's awesome. And we saw spurts of that with the good Julius Randle year. What was that? Was that 2020?
He's been on an every other year thing.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago.
21. That when it works, it looks nasty and undefendable. When it doesn't work, it looks like Julius Randle, why are you taking that shot? I mean, the game-winning shot versus the Heat. My goodness.
And Lorenzo, he's branding himself now as the biggest Knicks hater in the world. He said he hated everything about that Randle game winner in Miami. It's everything that if you teach someone basketball, you say, Don't do this.
Don't do that.
Don't go sideways to that side. You're double teamed. You're going away.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I'm enjoying Knicks basketball, and I don't want to be rude to NBA fans, but I've talked about it between resting players and stuff. The games matter now in the NBA. You're playing for seeding. You see what the board looks like, and you're playing for seeding. The 4 or 5 seed in the East could be massive. That's a series that on paper looks like it's going 7 games. And if you have home court, I think you win those games at a 72% clip or something.
Especially right now in the East, it's looking like Knicks Cavs, and the Cavs are terrible on the road.
Right.
Great at home.
Cavs are 13-9 on the road, 27-7 at home. So that home court means something. Knicks are a game behind them. Bucks and Celtics fighting for the top seed. We'll see how much that matters. We'll see where the Brooklyn Nets land.
Yeah.
That's a big wild card in the East.
They are not a pushover team. I know they traded away everything and they're not a title contender anymore, but they're...
I just think in a playoff series, Hawks, nobody believes in them, but there's a Trae Young effect. What Toronto's done, the Heat as a franchise, I just think wherever the Nets land, that's going to be really interesting. But, Fail, to answer your question, yeah, I've got a little Knicks fever. It feels good. I wish tickets were cheaper to things, especially the old man conversation that me and Tim stumbled into last night. And I brought this up, so I shouldn't even say it's Tim, but stuff is so expensive. Like, I definitely have hit that old man moment in my life that, to go to a Knicks-Rangers game, that's a pretty penny, man. Like, to go to a Knicks or Rangers game with a family, you're close to 1,000. Like, that's nuts. I was going to say this before when we were talking Derek Carr, because, I don't know. Or Daniel Jones, too. I mean, $40 million? $40 million? The winner of the golf event this weekend? Do you know how much they're winning at golf events these days?
Can't say I'm aware.
If you had to guess, first place in the golf tournament this week. I know I've teed it up to be high, so I don't,
Probably, without saying that, I probably would have thrown a 15 mil out there, 10 mil.
Oh, wow.
Round number.
Yeah. The tournament as a whole, the purse is 20 mil. The winner got 3.6.
Okay.
So, I don't know, man. I mean, that's one tournament. They play a tournament like every weekend. I mean, it's I don't know. If you do golf right.
If you can nail that. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a lot of money in the world.
I get into some dark places sometimes. There's just a lot of money.
So much money in the world. It's insane. And I think the other thing, the Knicks are fun. I mean, winning's always kind of fun. But like that, when Jalen Brunson made Thibodeau dap him up, he's like, Coach, like, we're playing good, right? Like, that's awesome. Like Julius Randle, again, so much of the results are if the shot goes in. He's a dog, though. Like, he
gets boards.
He's powerful, man. Like, when it works, it's cool. I mean, even the role guys are badass. I mean, Quentin Grimes' game is nice.
They have like a whole roster of guys who are kind of perfect for the role they're currently being asked to do.
Emmanuel Quickly flying up the 6th man of the year conversation. 50 minutes last night, 38 points, something like that. And when he plays, it's a fun brand of it's kind of how you want to play. Like, he shoots deep threes. His float game's nasty.
One of the best floaters in the league.
Like, I'd love to have Emmanuel Quickly's game. And I think defensively,
some hard
he's
defense.
rating out well too, right? And Josh Hart is like everything I love in a basketball player. Like,
it does literally everything.
Have that dog in you. My God. Loves playing defense. He can pass. He can shoot. He's my Eddie Escobar. He's like 5'2" light. Like, he does everything. He's just not like...
He doesn't have like the one thing that you're like, that's what he is good at.
Yeah. No, he does it all, man. That he's a playoff series player. And
when he first came over and people that know more about his game were talking about, they're like, he does whatever the team needs him to do. And on the Knicks, it's been a little bit of handling, a little bit of passing.
You've got the Villanova connection there.
Tibbs has for years like wanted him. Like, it's like Josh Hart said on several podcasts in the last couple years, like, oh yeah, I know, like, Tibbs loves me. He's been trying to get me onto his teams forever. Just hasn't been the coach of one of his teams yet.
I mean, they
pre-draft, he loved him.
Yeah, and I mean, you got some guys that went through the shit, right? I mean, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitch Robb, like, they were parts of bad Knick basketball as well. I think you can say that. So the fact
They've had
that on the
ups
other
and downs
side,
in their career.
there was fire and Tibbs combos.
A month ago.
Yeah.
There are people saying fire Tibbs no matter what.
And I think the other thing our society loves, and this is a John Boy special, tangible change, the 9-man rotation. Like, that happened. Also, Josh Hart added to the mix, and everything's been, like, incredible since then. So, yeah, I'm in on it. I mean, I obviously, talking Knicks, I haven't really been on it in a couple years. I just had a little bit of a flashback because I'd always have the ESPN main Knicks page up, and you'd look at the last, however many games. I mean, they haven't been on a streak like this in a while. Man.
No, for this, they've had games where they won even 9-game winning streaks, but it's been bad around it. They
11-1.
They were, I think, 9-2, 11-2 in February, whatever the exact number is. Like, it has been good.
So, long story short, yeah, I think I'm stepping in what the Knicks are putting out. And yeah, I think, I saw T and Nav in the chat mention the Nets. And I think the Knicks cycling up right now, win streak, top 4 or 5 team in the East, when before that they were the Knicks and they were sputtering, and what do any of these changes mean? Meanwhile, in Brooklyn, a big three of all big threes, right? And now that's fully fallen apart.
Mm-hmm. On paper, those teams match up fairly similarly right now, but from where each team was supposed to be and the vibes around everything right now, it's completely different.
Yeah, Hart has 90s Knicks vibe. That's in the chat. Normal Dog, what would it take to show up to a Long Island Ducks game? I don't know. We'd probably have to, do something with them.
They have to, invite us.
Do content or something like that. So, let's see. Is there anything else? Tony Pollard got tagged by Dallas. Nice.
Good for him.
Congrats, Tony Pollard. Although, for a running back, that kind of sucks. I think you'd rather...
They're the position that I feel like gets the most, I don't want that. They have the shortest shelf life.
Oh, wow, I missed some earlier on. A lot of Yankees stuff in here. Getting Fournier out of the rotation was huge. Same with Rose. Yeah. The D Rose chance. Hey. It's fun once. It's kind of weird they're treating an
He's in a weird spot.
They're treating a former MVP like the kid on the bench who sucks ass.
He's been the only weird thing with the Knicks this year, because it's I think he's happy here. He could have asked for a buyout by now.
No, he's
2 years ago they were in the playoffs and they could not afford to take him off the floor.
Right. No, he's into it, which we try to read too much in this. I mean, it's part of what made the company successful, is reading into the dugout or the bench and who these guys are. But no, it seems like D Rose feels comfy, man. And sometimes we get mad at athletes for that, but I think he likes coaching up the young guys. He's, Tibbs is his dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's in New York City. I don't know.
He's the fact that he's not even Brunson's out last night. He's still not in the game. It was Deuce got his minutes.
And I don't know. I had a weird moment when they were showing him on the bench that I was like, I could see D Rose in the coaching game. Players respect him.
Seems he's got
it's
some
one
of
of those
that.
things you never know because there's such a time commitment. And Derrick Rose has
he certainly has made the money.
But he's also a basketball guy, right?
Yeah. He can relate to any player.
Stars, veterans, bench. He's felt it all.
Been injured.
Still youngest MVP, or did anyone take that?
I think he's still youngest. I think now Lucas is older now. So
Derrick Rose, age of 22, man.
Yeah.
Article on NBA.com, youngest MVP to bench veteran. Yeah, I mean, that covers it, God, 34 now. Similar guys, me and him. All right, I think, is Gio going to play a lot in Anaheim? Yes. Because Gio plays banged up. And he's a guy that finds a way. He plays a little defense, and he slaps it around a little bit. That's a good formula for playing.
Yeah, they've got guys that the guys ahead of him on the depth chart have combinations of not very long track records and injuries and maybe not liking baseball, and yeah.
Do the Angels have a shortstop? They list Rengifo, man. I think they're one of the teams the Yankees are pushing IKF on.
Gotta be.
I mean, Rengifo hasn't played a lot of short, man. If I'm remembering correctly. Rengifo, Baseball Reference. Let's see, last year, 724 OPS, not bad.
2021, it was more shortstop than any other position.
I mean, dude, he's 58 career games at short. Right now, your shortstop plan is him and Gio, also not a shortstop.
Yeah, especially in the post-shift world.
The Yankees have to be forcing it.
David Fletcher is a real shortstop.
I don't know if they are, because I think they love him. And if you were gonna do that, why haven't you already? So, all right. First AMP Q&A. Thank you guys for being in here. I think maybe we post it. I don't know.
Yeah, see where
why not?
It lands.
What would the title be? Volpe Knicks.
Yeah.
I feel like there was one other topic we just talked about that I'm blanking on.
We did some Geo. We talked about the golf a little.
Money.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good click headline, right? Volpe playing time, money in the New York Knicks. We'll try it. So, if you had fun and you like this, let's play the YouTube in the background and we'll do more of it. All right?
Watch on YouTube, then watch on YouTube again. Share with a friend. Subscribe if you've listened this far.
Normal dog. I feel like David Fletcher just has fun existing. Maybe. Seems like it. Seems happy. All right, guys. We love you. We'll see you. You'll hear something from us, I think, on Wednesday. Again, Blitzball weeks get weird.
There. No ad sold on it right now. So
okay. I think we'll do something tomorrow. I don't think my tomorrow's that busy.
I think we'll see. Should be good.
We'll see. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.